The partial closure of Lyman Road will only take effect on Mondays, Saturdays and Sundays initially as from the 1st of June. This was revealed by the Minister for Transport during today's press conference. Vijay Daryanani said he met with the Transport Advisory Committee last week and had received over 400 inquiries in 48 hours in respect of the government's plans to partially close Lyman Road from Orange Bastion to Duke of Kent House. However, in answer to GBC questions, Vijay Daryanani denied the government had rowed back on plans originally announced, saying the partial closure was still going ahead, but only 3 days a week to allow for live consultation.
The government has not changed its position on closing Lyman Road. The government will be closing Lyman Road on the 1st of June. What we can't be accused of is one moment of rushing into something and then we're accused of changing our position because we want to keep on consulting people. And the idea is that we need to consult people more. Now, if it means that I have to change any plans at midnight on Sunday, the 31st of May, so that will make it better on the Monday, the 1st one, I will do so. This is not about this is about making sure that when we do it, that we do it properly. So that is the first point. We haven't changed any plans on closing Lyman Road.
Adding to the list of authorised users on Lyman Road, Vijay Daryanani confirmed that consideration has been given to the elderly in the area, with family members or carers being allowed access, and said residents will start receiving their permits tomorrow. He revealed that the government is also considering automatic plate recognition.
Taxis, buses and other public service vehicles, deliveries, residents and businesses in the area who are only accessible through Lyman Road will be allowed. Our elderly who live alone in the area have nothing to worry about. My ministry will issue them with the adequate permit so that their family members or carers can visit them as always. As from tomorrow, cars registered in the area will start receiving permits. Government is looking at other options for the future on how to permit cars from entering this zone. One is the automatic number plate recognition system, where registered cars will travel as normal and those not allowed to enter will be flagged up and then fined. This is only one example.
The Transport Minister said we must aspire to a cleaner Gibraltar. And on that note, Mr Daryanani announced there would be more buses in circulation and revealed more incentives to drive electric vehicles in Gibraltar. He also confirmed that there would be no road tax, but there may be a pollution tax, with the revenue from this going towards green traffic-related programmes.
We're also looking at how to increase the use of electric vehicles and make it advantageous if you own one. We will allow owners of these to continue using Lyman Road as normal, irrespective of where they live in Gibraltar. The government is also considering the banning of delivery vehicles that run on fossil fuels on Main Street. It is simply unacceptable that the first thing people going to work or our children going to school should do is inhale these toxic fumes. We are also working with our public health officials to be able to commence our bus service, and an announcement will be made in the near future. We are also working on an increased bus service, which will include added services for our school children. The government will not be introducing a road tax. This is something of the past, and it had its failures. We are looking at a pollution charge. If we decide to introduce this, the revenue raised will not pay for general government projects. We are considering using these funds for specific traffic and transport-related green programs. We want to give you a child-friendly city that you will be proud of.
In answer to GBC questions, Mr Daryanani also confirmed that parking fees at Midtown for local vehicles will be set at £1.80, which will be applied as from the 1st of June. Turning now to education, and Gilbert Likudi confirmed that as of today, there are only 2 active COVID cases in Gibraltar. The Minister for Education announced that 385 teachers had tested negative for COVID, with 1 result still pending, which meant, he said, that the risk of infection within education is very low. On that basis, Mr Likudi said that Year 10 pupils will be going back to school on the 26th of May and confirmed that the Year 12s will also be returning before the summer break.
We currently do not have a single active confirmed case of staff engaged by the Department of Education. Of the 147 confirmed cases, only 8 have involved persons aged 19 or under. There is currently not a single active case in that category. These figures can, of course, change. However, based on that information, the current risk assessment and advice by the Director of Public Health is that the risk of infection in giving effect to the education roadmap is very low. The Director of Public Health therefore advises that the education roadmap can be implemented safely. After careful consideration, we have decided that Year 10 students will be returning to school on the 26th of May. Their return will be managed carefully, as indeed will the return of Years 2 and 6. We also feel that it is important to give all Year 12 students some contact with their teachers before the summer break. Year 12 will therefore return to school before the end of this term. The Department of Education is working hard with the Teachers' Union in order to finalise the plans for the return of Year 12 pupils. We will share details of these plans as soon as they are available, and that will be very soon indeed.
Gilbert Likudi also stressed that parents who require access to the department's childcare supervision service as from the 26th of May must fill in the department's online form by next Thursday.
So as from Tuesday the 26th of May, any child who needs access to the childcare supervision facilities, the service which we have been providing all along, will be able to do so at their usual school. In other words, the school that they are enrolled in. It is important for all parents who will be requiring access to childcare supervision facilities to note that they must fill in the Department of Education's form by Thursday of the week before. This form, as we have said already, can be accessed via the Department of Education's website www.education.gov.gi. It is critical for the team at the Department of Education to have accurate numbers of children who will be accessing childcare facilities the following week so that we can ensure that the necessary social distancing and staffing measures can be put in place in a safe manner. If parents do not submit the form by the deadline, we will not be able to guarantee supervision for your child.